Hello, one and all, and welcome back to the QRLS stream. My name is Big Rich X. I am joined by the bashful, beautiful, and downright brazen Redbeard in the booth. Redbeard, how you feeling tonight?
I'm doing well, my friend. We've got a couple of good matchups here. One at the bottom end of the league and one more towards the top. So it's going to be interesting for both of these matchups today. Starting off, we have Astro against Cyclones, both sitting at 1-8 in their
Mm.
respective division. Very tough start for both of these teams. What do you see happening here in this matchup?
The main thing I'm hoping for is a bit of well, for lack of a better term, and pun fully intended, with the gentleman behind the booth tonight, making sure production is run smoothly. I want it to be a little scrappy. I want things to. I'm expecting plenty of demos. I'm expecting hopefully high scoring games rather than a defensive slog. I'm just wanting both teams to do anything and everything they can to get their second win.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Astro. I really feel
Mhm.
to Uh, they've really struggled in these first 3 weeks. They're last in the league in passing with assists. They only have four across their first 9 games. Worst scoring offense in the league. They're bottom five in shots on target, saves, and demolitions. So I'm looking to see a bit of improvement from them. They have the talent on this team. Flicks, as we know, is a tremendous player. Uh, Zusi, a tremendous talent as well. If given space, he can operate and succeed offensively.
Mhm.
Going back, it all depends on how they rotate. Whether they have Kiev or Yubo in the roster today, I don't know. We shall see shortly. But they're going to have to generate a little bit of offense. They're going to have to make full rotations. Uh, get a couple of demos in there and try to get
Mhm.
some odd man advantages moving forward for themselves.
Yeah. I would have to agree with you wholeheartedly there, Redbeard. I mean, from the sounds of it, I haven't been as in touch with the QRLS season as I need to be, but from luckily your just endless ocean of knowledge, I'm able to glean things, and it just seems like Astro needs to course correct a little bit here, and this could be that game. What I think both of these teams should realize is like this is a chance for a second win. This is a chance to get some momentum in their favor. Treating it sort of like a mean machine versus the guards type situation. They think it's going to be a squash match, but it's actually going to come down to the wire. Could be a fairly intense matchup because while it may not be dazzling on the leaderboards or in the win department, we've definitely seen, I could say this for across esports and sports in general, where sometimes you just have two teams that are hungry for a win and they put on a show.
Yeah, and the team that comes out the hungriest is, I believe, going to be the one that takes this series today. Whoever takes game one, I think, could easily sweep this series, whether it be Astro or Cyclones. I lean Cyclones. I think they're a little deeper roster wise, but Cyclones themselves have had difficulties, especially on the defensive side.
Hmm.
They are second to the bottom in the league defensively as far as goals allowed, and they have produced the second fewest amount of demos throughout their first 3 series of the year. So there's room for improvement on both sides of the ball between both of these teams. I like the improvement that Artemis has made over the last season or so. He's really come in and become a more well-rounded player in all three facets of the game. Uh, CJ, at any given point, I played with CJ for about half a season.
Hmm.
He's passionate. He's a good leader, and he has the capability of raising his team up to the next level, at least to get them away from, the situation they're facing. Whichever team loses this series today, effectively is seeing their way out of the playoffs. And right now, Cyclones is sitting on uh, 2 more points than Astro in the standings in their division. Um,
Yeah.
Cyclones is sitting on 5 points, Astro on three, due to a couple of overtime losses that earned them 2 points. So, I mean, a sweep here for either of these teams can get them right back into the wild card push.
Mhm.
Astro really needs all three wins here. Certainly need two if they want to stay alive in the playoff push.
Yeah, that's going to be tough in the long run, I think, is trying to etch out a full sweep, let alone just getting two wins. Especially in best of fives. From what I've noticed, as mainly a Call of Duty caster and just also with Rocket League, is having the dexterity and having the sort of mental to stick it out, regardless of how the first match goes, regardless how it continues to go. It's about resetting and taking each match, each goal step by step and not allowing the other team to get in your head because the second you start to get your mental starts to get affected, your comms start to get worse, you're maybe not making the right choices in the right moment, it can really start to affect a team's cohesion, which at the end of the day what's going to make or break these squads here tonight, I think, is how well they can communicate in the heat of the moment when the game's on the line, when the pressure starts to get that much higher. How well do you think your weakest link is? And I think those are some of the questions that is going to go through the players' heads here tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm with you all the way. As we're waiting for the players here to join into the lobby, we are at 8:30, so they should be joining us here shortly.
Hmm.
Any predictions from you as to how you see this series going?
Like I said, I think it's going to be a bit on the higher end in terms of scoring. I'm gonna just off of pure gut instinct. I'm going Astro to win it. Um, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be a clean sweep. I think it's going to just be a little messy. I don't know the exact final score, but I'm leaning Astros. I don't know why. It's just a gut check reaction. I'm leaning Astros.
I like Cyclones to win the series 2 games to 1. I think depth will prevail in this series. Over individual talent, but that individual talent of Flix and Zusi, if they can
Hmm.
work together and sneak a win, sneak an extra win in this series, we would all love to see it. But
Hmm.
I see this going 2-1 in favor of Cyclones in a lower scoring series.
Okay, fair
Some of
enough.
these players seem to be joining the lobby now. We're
Mhm.
waiting on just a few more before we get started here.
We'll just have to wait and see now, won't we? Time will tell, chat. Let us know, by the way, who y'all got in this matchup. Who you want taking home the W here tonight? Please be sure to wish all players the best of luck. Let's keep it respectful and the trash talk in the appropriate Discord chats.
Submissions closing in 5 seconds here on Twitch, and it is a 56% 44 lead for Astro here with the channel points.
Thank you, chat.
Submissions are closed.
Thank you. I feel vindicated. I feel seen. I feel heard. And as a caster, that's not often the case.
Still waiting on Astro to join the party here.
All in due time.
Looks like Cyclones will be going with the lineup of CJ, Artemis, and Zethel here for game one.
Hmm. No blubber nut, huh?
Not that I can see anywhere.
Dang. I also have to just commend some players just go in with really the wackiest gamer tags, and you got to stick with it. I would love to see a player with the name Blubbernut go pro, just for the name alone.
Would be nice to see. I wonder if they'd have to shorten that to Blubs at any given point.
Oh, almost assuredly. I don't know what sponsor would be okay with Blubbernut on the main stage, but you never know. Um, there could be uh, a Whale Wars sponsorship down the line, a little tie-in with the Discovery Channel.
Of course.
You never know. You never know. I'm here for it all the way as we await players to load in. I do gotta ask, Redbeard, if you are a player of the League of Rocket, and if so, do you have a specific car layout or preference? As opposed, you go more boxy, you go in sports car, You going Batmobile? What's your go-to vibe?
It depends on my mood. I've peaked in the
Mm.
Honda Civic. Um, that's the car that took me to GC and the once in one of the two seasons that I did it. The first
Hmm.
season that I reached GC. I'll run the Fennec, I'll run the Honda, I will run the Dominus occasionally if I'm feeling clean enough. It just depends. As long
Okay.
as as long as I can land on all four tires and you know rotate properly, it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter the car for me. I'll make any excuse to switch cars. You know how this game operates.
Yeah. I understand entirely. Sometimes it's just got to be um, a last second check, and it's like, hey, right now it's not the Civics time. I got to swap it up a little bit. Other times you just
Of
got to go
course, and
old reliable.
you see cars throughout or players throughout this league,
Hmm.
especially they will they'll make in-game changes. They'll switch a car, between game one and game two, or two and three,
Hmm.
whatever the case may be. Uh, it's a visual thing sometimes, even though the certain
Yeah.
hitboxes are the same, even though the layout of the vehicles are much different.
Hmm.
Just those slight visual cues may be different, a different paint scheme, a different decal,
Hmm.
whatever the case. That'll just help you see the ball a little better.
Yeah. No, I
That may be
understand.
this may be what Astro is doing right now, is trying to sit back and figure out which cars they want to use. They've still
That's a
yet to
good point.
join the
That's
lobby
the real
5
drama.
minutes in.
That's the real drama. Then what could cause them some issues here is and just making me look bad is went in with my gut and they're punching me right in the kidneys. Is not feeling too good. But it brings up a good point. They could be just determining their layouts and it's taking some extra time. Half the battle is the drip, and if you're not
Oh, here.
drippy, it's a little too rough. As I believe we're getting players in lobby finally.
Yeah, right. You are. It looks like Flix, Kiev, and Zusi are going to be the three to start off this game here.
Here we go. Well, it's about time. I was getting a bit concerned as they may have. I thought they were potentially on the verge of forfeiting at least map one, which would have been
We're
dangerous.
ready to go.
Locked in just like that, folks. We are loading in as we speak. We are on the edge of our seats, getting raring and ready to go for your first match of the night between Astros and the Cyclones. Revved up, raring and ready to go on the pitch.
Flix and Zeeth will take the opening kickoff, and we're underway here in game one. Zusi misses coming off the ceiling. Flix plays it over to his right-hand side. Gets a touch to beat Zethel. Zusi plays the ball in over towards Flix, who can't connect. Kiev shoots it from central, but the ball is parried away. Artemis unable to make the clearance cleanly. Zethel, a 50 with Zusi, and Zusi with the chance here to play the ball in. It's cleared away by CJ into the corner, and then pinched out to midfield for Kiev to clear it only as far as Zethel, and they're looking to try to establish the midfield
Ooh,
here.
nice
A shot
combo.
on target by Kiev just comes off the crossbar for the first shot of the game.
Unfortunate timing there. Flicks setting it up again. Kiev shutting it down. It's going to be Flicks for first blood as Astro going to be taking the lead to start things off. Nice little wombo combo connection in the corner. CJ unfortunately get a little overwhelmed on the 2-on-1.
Yeah, the pressure was just too much there, uh, and this is what Astro can do here. Um,
Mhm.
the talent of Flicks that he possesses and his ability to press, be a little quicker to the ball, and it pays off there to give his team the opening lead. 4 minutes to go here in game one. 1-0 lead for Astro. Zusi and Flicks, they pinch the ball upfield. CJ is third man. He plays it over into the right-hand side. Flicks puts one on
Mm.
target. Easy save for Artemis. CJ lays it back down for Art. Cleared away by Kiev. He plays a little bit of boomer ball, gets it to the back wall. Zethel carries it back up to the midfield, but Zusi's having none of it. Kiev off
Kiev
the
on time.
left-hand side. Missed by Artemis.
Oh.
Flicks, he pops it back up into the corner, and Zethel with a little bit of room to operate. Closed down nicely by Zusi. CJ looking to control. He's got a little bit of room, carries it on the top of his car, doesn't have the means to operate. Art goes up. Does he have two? He does not. Plays it off to the left-hand side. Flix plays it forward. It's a chance of a 2-on-1. Kiev, a little too strong of a touch there. Flix wasn't in a decent enough position. Zusi as third. Keeps it in Astro's zone. Kiev can't control it there from Artemis's touch. Zethel with a chance. He can't connect, and now Artemis, he turns on it quickly. Does he have two off the back wall? He plays it in nicely to Zethel, and Zethel slots it in on the right-hand side of the goal to make it a 1-1 game with 2:45 remaining. We're tied up.
Great adjustment by Artemis there to get to the ball and get to it quickly to set up the shot by Zethel for the finish. So 1-1, all tied up. Pressure starting to mount for Astro after they got that opening hit. Can they respond in kind? As Zethel dribbling in the air, trying to get something going, but it is quickly batted away. Flix now applying the pressure. Artemis on the defense, trying to get a little 2-on-1. Flix dancing, moving. Kiev is there to stop. Flix now pushing. Artemis trying to protect. Back and forth we go, but now set up, but unfortunately just barely missing is going to be Flix. Not an ideal push, but again, still applying that pressure. Getting plenty of setups, but not necessarily the ones they want, Beard.
No, you're right. Low shots so far in this game. It's 3-1 in favor of Astro as we approach the 2-minute mark of the contest. Zusi challenging Zethel on the right side wall. Ball played up off the ceiling. Flix pounds it. CJ and Kiev meet. They 50. Zethel goes up, another blast to the back wall, gets a second touch, plays it as far as Flix, he looks to control. Artemis challenges him nicely as Zethel rotates back to third man. It's now CJ's turn for Cyclones. Zethel, does he have any options? Looking for CJ, but Zusi intercepts. 1:20 remaining in the game. Zusi looking to control. A demo made on Flix in the midfield, and now an odd man rush for Cyclones. Artemis gets it by one. Zethel goes up. He meets Flix. Oh, and the ball's cleared away nicely. Can Flix get some beans? He does. He's going to go off ceiling here to the back wall. Looks for a touch. Can't get it. That's cleared down the field by Artemis. Zethel looking for a touch. Is it a good one? The second one might be. Artemis shoots it, and it's just wide off the near side. Now Flix looking to take on all three of them, and he does. Zethel saves it off the post beautifully. An individual effort by Flix was turned away at the 1-minute mark here, and things are really starting to speed up.
Yeah, a really beautiful job from Flix there. That is unfortunately cut short as we're down to the final 30 seconds or so. Another centered. It's right there, but unfortunately Cyclones just doesn't have the manpower set up, as now Flix and co. trying to get something going, but I think their boosts are running a little low. Zusi looking for the shots. Flix off the back wall, trying to get it in on the corner, but unfortunately the follow-up was not there. Kiev just barely missing on that top right corner. Now going in, looking for one final shot, trying to get something going, but I got a feeling, Beard, that this may go to OT unless we get one last-ditch hero effort from Cyclones, but no, it's overtime in game one.
Flix and Zethel take the kickoff there. A few opportunities gone by the wayside, and we touched before this game the lack of scoring that these two teams have been able to produce in the first 3 weeks of the year, and not much has changed here in game one. Rough clearance by Kiev there. Plays it back across the frame of his own net. Handled nicely by Flix. They're going to have to get something on this. Artemis looks for the shot. He can't get it. Zusi beats CJ. It's a one-on-one opportunity. Flix is going to have to win this ball off Zethel, and does. Can he get another touch to it? Artemis gets the challenge. Kiev looking to settle things down. He goes back to net and gives Artemis some space. Zethel with a chance here. He's going to play it to the wall and look to set something up. Flix challenges off ceiling, gets the demo mid-air. There's one whiff by CJ. Artemis looking to control now. He has to settle it down so his team can reset. Even CJ, they challenge. This is going back wall. Zusi with an opportunity. He can't get it. Flix, does he shoot? No, he fakes. Gets CJ to bite, but he has a chance to reset. Flix, back wall again. And again, no luck. We passed the 1-minute mark in overtime. 1-1 game. Zusi looking for a chance to find a teammate. He can't. Zetha looking to control. Kiev bumps him out of the way. Flix controls. And now they might have a little bit of room here. Kiev, oh, he's bumped away by Flix. An unfortunate collision of teammates. And that was the opportunity lost for Astro. They could have picked up their second win of the year. Zusi and Kiev double committing in the corner, and Flix is going to have to settle this down and play a little bit of shadow defense. He now controls it up from his own corner, gets past one man, gets past two, still controlling, gets a reset, another
There we
touch.
go. Oh!
A beautiful shot by Flix. And an individual effort of highest quality to seal the win for Astro.
And sometimes, like Mark Wahlberg says, you got to let the peacock fly on this one. And that was Flix to perfection. I mean, even the goal celebration, letting the peacock roar. And what an effort. Flix with the 5 shots on goal is more than the entire lobby combined. So I think I should have trusted your gut on this one, Redbeard, when you said it was going to be a bit lower scoring and a more defensively minded matchup. But still a thrilling conclusion with Astro taking a 1-0 lead in the series. Now it's a matter of building upon it and seeing how Cyclones respond.
An early contender for one of the clips of the week, possibly the goal of the week. You'll see that at the end of the season as well as one of the great goals in this league. Terrific effort from Flix in that game. Again, 5 shots. The rest of the lobby only having 3 across all 5 players.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tremendous effort. Again, it was a defensive game, but a lot of opportunities were left out on the field by both teams. There was more room and opportunity for goals between them. So we'll see what
100%.
game 2 brings, if anybody makes any roster adjustments here.
We shall just have to wait and see. But I do have to commend Flix for not only the overtime win, but the several times it felt like it was a 1-on-3, pulling a lot of focus, allowing his teammates to, fuel back up, get coverage. Just Flix pulling so much focus when he's able to attack the goal like that and as aggressively as he did was huge, I think, for Astro's success. And of course, scoring the 2 goals helps a lot too.
We might be having a difficulty with the server here currently.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to get confirmation or word from those in charge of the stream.
Well, while we get these issues sorted out, I am curious to see how Cyclones respond, or rather, what in their mindset they got to do differently. And I think it starts with just not taking necessarily as many risks. We saw a lot of, like you were saying, missed opportunities. There was a couple of whiffs and a couple of defensive plays that I think they should have made, and just overextending a bit too much ultimately cost them that first match.
Yeah, 100%. And one of the main issues that I noticed for them and for Cyclones in that game was their lack of control on the ball. The first touches were not um, they weren't clean. There was no controlling the ball. There was a lot of boomer ball and trying to prey on the misses of others. So it looks like things are back up and running here for game 2.
There we go.
And we're just waiting on the cue from our official to really get game 2 going here. Go, go, go is given.
There we go. Locked in. Engines revving. Adrenaline pumping, folks, as we get ready for match number 2. Astros currently in the lead at 1-0 on the series. Hopefully we can see Cyclones respond, but we'll just have to wait and see, Redbeard, as we're underway. Artemis attacking early. Not able to get the bounce off the top bar they were looking for, as it's going to be Zusi for the first demo of the matchup, but a whiff, unfortunate timing, and CJ with a big rubber ducky to boot locks in. We were talking about missed opportunities, and what a miss from Kiev in slow motion. Flix unfortunately didn't get the jump, and Cyclones strike within the first 20 seconds.
Yeah, bump in the midfield to clear out Zusi. Really was a detriment in that play, and it gave CJ the opportunity to to get the one-on-one, and he put on a decent enough shot to give his team an early lead here. Zethel going off the ceiling, challenged by Kyiv. CJ with the touch that only gets as far. That was a dangerous touch there. But CJ recovered nicely on a shot attempt by Flix. Astro looking to reset. Susi plays it as far as he can. Kyiv challenges his third man. Someone's going to have to get back here for Astro, and Flix does just in time, and he's credited with a save there. Beats one, beats two. Can't beat CJ. And another 50 by CJ. The ball is now played nicely by Artemis. He beats Zusi. Does Artemis have a teammate looking to play that ball? He does not. CJ going up. No chance against Flix there. And Artemis gets beat. Zethel has to make a save here. Challenges Kyiv nicely. And the team's challenge for possession in the corner. Tough touch by Artemis. Gets it as far as Flix. 2 whiffs. Art then safely clears it downfield. Ball bounces up off the corner. And Flix settles it into the corner again. Bit of a slower start here after that first opening goal.
Mm-hmm.
Flix,
there we go.
That's
beautiful.
But when no one's in the net, and you give Flix an opportunity with some beans off the wall, this is usually what happens here. Nobody challenging that ball. One man in the air, can't beat him. And Zethel looking at that late challenge to just try to get a piece on the ball, but it was too late.
Oh, yeah.
And the score is now tied.
Yeah. I think even Timothée Chalamet would be impressed with the ballet that Flix just performed mid-air to get that goal off. Nice little spinnerooski through the air, locked in, all tied up at one apiece, not letting the opening mistakes distract them too harshly. Is again more corner play from both sides, trying to just get things set up. It's open in midfield now, trying to get centered. Flix dancing in the corner, is able to get the full boost, but unfortunately not able to make much of it. Zusi now getting that demo, but still pressure on centered, and CJ just there a little too late. 2.5 left on the clock as Artemis and co. continue to try to attack the Astros' goal, but just nothing materializing. Great defensive play from the Astros thus far.
Yes, and here's a shot on target by Zethel.
Caster curse, I apologize. Caster curse, y'all.
On the third shot of the game, Zusi with an unsuccessful clearance here, and Zethel gets up into the air nicely and gives Cyclones the lead here in game 2. About halfway through the contest, kickoff being taken here, Kyiv and Artemis. One by Kyiv, plays it over into Astro's offensive zone. Ball played around, Zethel with the fake. CJ, he comes up, but challenged by Zusi. Ball 50'd in the midfield along the ground. Flix with the flick. CJ and Zethel with a bit of an avant-garde clearance, but it worked for him. 2 minutes remaining. Zethel going up the wall. Key and Flix pinch it back to the other side. Now Kyiv with a chance to settle down, and he does. Gets the flick on one, but loses his car in the process. Zusi, a save on a fairly simple shot by Art. 51 by Astro. Astro maintaining possession in the offensive zone. Kyiv shoots it. Cannot beat the near post. Zethel can't get it by Zusi on a counter-attacking chance. Artemis land down the lumber. 1:30 remaining in the game. It's 2-1 to Cyclones. Game 1 has gone the way of Astro. Flix, he looks for something. Ball bounces up high. Kyiv challenges. He goes down on it. Ooh. Artemis can't make the save. He didn't have any beans in the tank. Zethel was not in control of his car, and he had an open opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Really great shot right there from Kyiv. Got the full boost midfield and was able to dunk it down, so we're tied. Less than a minute and a half left on the docket as we continue here. And I just could not have had worse timing on the call. And there's the follow-up. Artemis can't find it. CJ was there, but again, just barely whiffing on these shots. And now see if the Astros can counterattack here as they go on the right wall. Now another shot on goal. It's there. Kyiv whiffing on the shot, though. Now Zethel dancing, trying to get around Flix. Oh, off the corner post and not quite there. There is a demo on Flix. Another shot, but again, a no-go. Astros able to clear.
35 seconds remaining here in the game. It's a 2-2 contest. Ethel looking to shoot. Can't get it past Kiev. Double tap off the right side bar.
Oh,
And Zusi can't capitalize on it. The clearance as far as Flix. Zethel keeping the ball in the air. He's got a little bit of control. He gets a reset. Flix with a beautiful save. Kiev with a save as well and a shot by CJ. Artemis can't keep the ball in the zone. Possession maintained by CJ. 10 seconds on the clock, and it's counting down. CJ goes aerial with it. Does he still have control? He does not. Flix makes the save. Ball played up. Just cleared away by Zethel. Bounces into the corner. Possession can still be maintained. Flix tried to, but the demo from Zethel sends it to overtime here for the second straight game of the series.
Incredible calls and incredible knowledge, by the way, Redbeard. Called it from the get-go. It was going to be a defensive slog. It was going to be low scoring. It was going to be intense. And you called it right down the line. It could not have been more correct as we get into our second overtime matchup. Artemis here trying to attack the Astros corner, get something set up as Ethel rotating in. Got to be careful of a bit of an overcommit here. You got all three players on Astros side. Artemis able to get back to midfield now, but a dangerous game they're playing there if they overextend like that and a bounce or two doesn't go their way. You're going to see the Astros, and especially if Flick gets his hands on it, it's not going to end well. Zethel now dancing, trying to get something there, but the demos and the save, Flix and Zusi, the Wombo combo connection, as they're back on the attack.
A nice save by Zusi there to keep his team in this game. Zethel with a touch on target, but cleared away safely by Flix off the back wall. He maintains a second touch. How about three? Can't get a fourth. Zusi's looking for two off the corner. He has an opportunity here. He inside.
Oh no!
Unfortunate own goal, Artemis. He tried to make a save here. The pressure was too much. He plays it. I think he may have thought that was going to come off the post and wanted to get the clearance around the wall. That's really unfortunate.
Definitely was looking for the bounce, but unfortunately the self-goal is the one that takes you out in the end. Cyclones played aggressive and did a phenomenal job with 11 shots on goal as a squad, but only able to come up with 2 in the end. Is unfortunately not being able to find those finishes, not being able to find the right moments, and it ultimately cost them towards the end, and just a very costly mistake, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Artemis, unfortunately, bouncing it in. And a solid GG's to both squad. Once again, Flix reigning at the top of the leaderboard for Astros with 4 saves and a goal with the assist. Kiev coming in with 2. And Zusi coming in with some assists and saves as well. A great team effort all around from Astro, and Cyclones just got to lock it in to bounce back from this one.
Yeah, a very strong defensive effort by Astro in this game. 4 saves for Flix, 2 for Zusi, 1 for Kiev, and you know, it was credit to Cyclones in that game for putting up 11 shots. Zethel with 7 of his own. He really upped his offensive attack from game 1 to game 2 significantly. Much better ball control. Was able to carry the ball from defense to offense through the midfield and beat a couple of players to get himself some chances, but it all proved for naught as the defensive Astro really carried them to that victory. Players are ready here for the third game. A substitution as Artemis comes out for Blubbernut here in the final game of the series.
Quick substitution.
Ball played up by Flix. And Zusi looking to clear it, controlled by Zethel, only as far as the right wall. Cyclones will have a chance to settle things down here. They got to get a win. They have absolutely got to get this win if they want to stay in the playoff race. This ball may be going in. Bounces off the corner of the post off the right-hand side. Save made by Blubbernut on Flix. Shot comes in by Keefe. Saved by CJ. Another shot by Zusi, and it is saved by CJ. A double bump by Zusi, and Keefe is able to clean that up nicely. CJ had to panic on that play. A crucial double bump here.
Oh, what
2 by Zusi.
What a 50 just hanging out in front of goal. It's like dangling some bait in front of a fish, and Kiev had to strike at it and luckily was able to come up with something at the end. A solid job through and through, but again, it just shows the coordination on the side of Astros and how efficiently they're able to follow up on these opportunities. is what the Cyclones are lacking. They need to find that final 5 seconds that can make or break a shot. Blubbernut looking for it, but unfortunately, no go. It's a wall of blue Astro players. CJ trying to maintain control, but Flicks, dastardly as he is, on a one-on-one, trying to retake his Blubbernut, pushes it back towards Astros. Kiev is there to bounce up. CJ looking for a shot, but don't think the angle was quite right, Redbeard.
It was not. Zusi looking to play the ball forward here, challenged by Blubbernut. He's looking to push that ball. Now Flicks with an opportunity off the left-hand side. He goes quick ceiling, loses control of things. Chance for Cyclones. What do they have in store? Bit of a strong shot by Zethel. And he's going to have to make a defensive play here. Pops it up to buy CJ some time to reset. And now CJ pops it forward, only as far as Flicks. Cyclones have to get better touches here from their defensive zone. They've got to be able to carry the ball forward themselves. Playing boomer ball against this team, is not going to work out. Zethel, the third man, he's bumped away. CJ, a panic flip. Zethel controls it, gets a flick. Zusi touches it down to Flicks. 2:50 remaining here in this game. Flicks gets himself a reset. CJ saves it off the left-hand side of the post. A beautiful reaction save by CJ there. CJ and Zusi bumping off the ceiling. Love to see that. Zethel and Flicks, one-on-one up the side. Flicks looking to control. Gets a Musty. Musty in a bump.
Ooh,
and Flicks pitches it in beautifully. He got that bump on Blubbernut to double Astro's lead, and this is looking like a sweep here. Tremendous car control by Flicks on this play.
Yeah, and again, the aggression coming out from Astro already, and a really beautiful job maintaining that control, and it's exactly showcasing what we're seeing through and through. It's Astros being able to have that extra 5% that puts away the shot and gets them that goal, and right there, wide open, no one in the net, and unfortunately a quick 3-0 lead with still 2 minutes left. I'm not saying it's over just yet, but the sun is fading for the Cyclone squad. The storm is dying down. I'm going to need them to pray to Poseidon, pray to Zeus, pray to whomever they need to get back into this one, because Astros are putting the hurt
this might be
on them
4
right now. Oof.
CJ looking to clear this one away. It's a 2-minute mark. They've got to get a shot on target. Cyclones have yet to put a shot on in this contest 3 minutes in. Zusi going back wall. CJ can't control it. Zusi bumps Zethel out of the way. Blubbernut goes up to get a touch, brings the ball down. And no one really looking to take advantage throughout the midfield here. The ball's played up into the Cyclones' offensive zone. CJ looking for Zethel, but they can't connect. It was a decent pass. Zusi pops it up as far as Zethel. He goes off sidewall, ceiling, looking for a reset. Challenged by Flicks. CJ can't connect on the shot. That was their chance to cut this lead to 2, and with only 1:15 remaining on the clock, you can't imagine that they're going to have many more opportunities coming their way. A save made by Zethel on the attempt from Zusi. Challenged by Flicks. He could have made it 4. A tremendous shot, just going high and wide of his intended target.
Very dangerous. Really, really incredible
And now
stuff.
here's an opportunity. Zusi's looking to read this off back wall. He does indeed. A field-long pass by Flicks. He plays it all the way down off the back wall. And this is the 1-2 connection between them that we know all too well about. You give Zusi space and he'll hit anything on you. And he slots that one in nicely into the bottom of the field. It's a 4-0 game. This is a rout.
Unfortunately, to say so, yeah, it is not looking too pretty for Cyclones. Unfortunately, leaving the net wide open. They're just playing a bit too aggressive, trying to get back at least something to get back in control of this matchup to hopefully apply pressure, but that pressure is not being applied. It is all Astro here as they continue to play, honestly, just great Rocket League. They're making smart choices. They're not necessarily taking too many risks, and it's paying off. And again, these opportunities that Cyclones are making for themselves, they're not capitalizing on. They had plenty of moments to score, moments just like that one, and unfortunately are just out of position, out of boost, and right now out of time. As Astros with a 4-0 lead, time ticking down, hopefully not adding insult to injury at this point, and just preventing that fifth goal. Blubber not able to clear, and once this touches the ground, it is GG's, but Flix is trying to add to it, and I think Zethal is trying to get something going, but again, how much can you do when you're down 4-0 and the clock reads 0? Flix with a solid GG's across the board, 5 shots. And again, I think MVP goes to Flix for this whole series with how phenomenally they were playing offensively. And of course, the defensive performance in game 2 with those 4 saves was massive.
Yeah, MVP for all 3 games was Flicks throughout this series. He played phenomenally, clearly the best player on the field for all 3 of these contests. Really, all credit goes to Astro in this game. I thought they played phenomenally. Phenomenally, it was the right trio of players to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, pulling their own weight. The individual skill of Flicks was too much for anybody really on
Yeah.
Cyclones in that game, and it wore them down. After 2 overtime games. I mean, credit to Cyclones, they got themselves 2 more points. It brings them up to 7 on the season.
Mm-hmm.
But when your hole is already dug deep through the first few weeks, and it's only a 10-week season, the opportunities
Yeah.
aren't going to be as easy as this one was here, with a chance against a team that was similarly struggling in their division. So they've really got a lot to work for here. Cyclones does. I don't know if they need to
Mm-hmm.
possibly make some roster adjustments moving forward, and maybe try something different or work on some different strategies amongst the 4 of them. They didn't play bad in those first 2 games,
No,
and nothing on Blubbernut. Coming in that third game, it's tough if you don't have the preparation with your squad and having 2 games under your belt already. Those were 2 tough losses. I can't imagine morale was very high. Um,
mm-hmm.
so it's going to be a tough hill to climb. Astro, they really turned some things around. This could be the launching point for them to make a nice wild card push. Dare I even say a chance in the division?
Yeah, this is a chance to regain, try to find that momentum again, get some more wins under your belt, and potentially make a push in the playoffs. So you can make that zero to hero story happen. It's just a matter of capitalizing on the momentum once you have it. Want to give a quick shout to Artemis. Despite the unfortunate mistakes in the game, realizing that you wanted to sub yourself out and trying to make sure your team has the best shot at winning is huge. Don't beat yourself up too much, Artemis. I can't tell you how many times I've been playing Rocket League or any comp esports game and made an absolute blunder and feel like I cost my team. It happens all the times. You're going to regain, and everything's going to be just fine. As we get ready for our next matchup, I just want to thank everybody for tuning on in, for showing support to the QRLS, and hopefully y'all are having as much fun as we are here in the booth.
Yeah, we're going to take a couple minute intermission here as we get things set up for the second game of our doubleheader between
Mm-hmm.
Hammerheads and Arctic, and a couple of teams here that have